Now, who you are right now is not who you will be to achieve your goals. So behind the scenes, all the changes that I had to make, I can't wait to help you guys do the same. And this is where we're going to break down two different worksheets, because who I am now is not who I was in Ohio, and who you are when you achieve multiple six figures a year, $20,000 a month. That is our mission, to get you to multiple six-figure status as a barber. And it is not as hard as you would think. It's actually a lot easier because your clients value you way more when you're at multiple six-figure level. Because of the service you provide, it is no longer average. You've become different. You've become an anomaly, and they treat you as such. So let's go ahead and break down these two worksheets. First, we're going to go to your old character. Now, this is very important. This is who you are currently. Click the link below, make a copy, click file, make a copy of the specific worksheet, and then we're going to fill out this for yourself. Do not just sit here and copy what I say. Really do the deep diving to get that self-awareness on yourself, because this is transformation. This is how you get the fastest results. I always think to myself, when people don't do these worksheets, but they just watch the video or like listen to it, not even watching, like while you're driving, or if you're just in the car, or if you're in the gym, but then you think it's not important for you to do the worksheet. I guess they don't see how by them putting in the work, they would then build the worth, because the work is what instills the worth. I actually did all this stuff, this self-work, to become a higher version of myself. And so I was worth it when it came time for me to charge $200 for a haircut. I had no problem doing it. I could say it to somebody without smiling, without even cracking a smile. How much is the cut, bro? 250, 200. It's 600 for a house call, $1,000 for onset. Yeah, that's my price. Like, this work instills the worth. So take this very seriously, and it will pay off. How would you describe yourself now in 3 sentences or less? I said I was a hard worker, and this is real. I actually am sharing with you my real transformative journal. I said I was becoming extremely focused on building multiple things, but I failed to execute on the main thing and failed to create daily habits that were aligned with who I needed to become. And I had a long-term mindset and patience, which caused me not to embrace the importance of this exact minute, hour, day, etc. I had a lack of urgency and rigor. Those are exactly 3 sentences. And it was so real at the time. I was really thinking, like, one day when I'm 40 years old, I'll be a millionaire. And I needed some urgency. And then write down where you currently live. So I said I live in a nice Jewish neighborhood Airbnb in West Hollywood, in a shared bedroom with 2 strangers. Dang. I sleep on a twin-size mattress and share my outside kitchen with a washer and dryer with roughly 10 other strangers. Dang, I lived in like a hostel. And now I have a penthouse. This is crazy. I'm grateful for this opportunity to have a warm place to stay with safety and relatively close to the barbershop. Notice how I was still grateful. There's a major lesson in this. I'm grateful for the opportunity coming next month for me to be able to move into my own place with a home gym, balcony, and barbershop, and walking distance to the shop. I currently make $6,000 a month and $8,000 revenue in my barber business, working 7 days a week. I currently have $13,000 in my bank account, and I made $66,000 for barbering in 2019. So here you go. How much money do you currently have and make? Put all the details. You don't have to share this with anyone. Now, how do you currently present yourself? What do you look like? I wear jeans, a fresh t-shirt, comfortable business casual look. I wouldn't give myself that much credit. I think I was looking bummy. I have my hair braided back, showing a fade taper on the sides with a beard and lineup. I wear worn but comfortable T-shoes. So now what I want you guys to do is take the Myers-Briggs test. You're gonna take this test, and then with those, we're gonna do something called binary polls. This is extremely important. We're gonna find out who you are right now. We're gonna pin your current character down, because truly, once we find out who your current character is, now we can decide, is he or she capable of achieving our new character? And if not, we are going to bridge the gap between the two. So for me, once I got those results, we plugged them in here: logic and intuition, tight with money or loose with money. So with each binary poll, you will get results based on those results you get. We're going to plug them in here. And our goal, you'll see after this, is to become the opposite. In order to truly, the version of you who's charging 30 is probably going to be one of these two and then the version of you who's charging 100 is probably going to be the opposite. A binary poll means you're hard jammed on one side: vegan, dreadlocks, smokes weed, parties, doesn't eat meat, doesn't lift weights, doesn't box. You understand? All those things now, I am the opposite of. Covered in tattoos, no tattoos. Dreadlocks, no dreadlocks. Vegan, pound of meat, 6 eggs a day. Doesn't lift, can't go a day without lifting weights or doing physical activity. Dreadlocks, no dreadlocks. Like all of them, we're gonna switch your business completely, your personality completely. So I was feminine. I put masculine, but really, bro, I was feminine. I had designs in my eyebrows, bad, poor posture, like a high pitched voice, just all of it. So then I switched. Tight with money, it's okay to start investing in things and like letting the universe know, boom, I see where I'm going and I'm putting my money into this. Disciplined, undisciplined, you got to stay over here. Sensible or silly, organized or disorganized, shy or outgoing. So I had to switch each one of these. What I want you guys to do is highlight your current results for the test. Go through every single one of these. Do you believe more science, more religion? Are you an early riser, a night owl? Are you more meditation and spiritual, or are you a money and cigars type of guy? Wow, I switched these for sure. Giving to others or selfish to yourself? Do you think more about the past or you think more about the future? We got to get over here, bro. Are you charity or greed? None of these are good or bad. We have to just switch them in order to evolve. The key to evolution is variation. So when you're tired of what is in the light, you must face what is in the dark. So what's your good habits and bad habits? What things do you do repeatedly? List all of them. Good habits, I put that I show up 20 minutes before my appointment starts to prepare. I plug in my tools and I keep them charged. I track my finances and I bet on myself. Bad habits, I choose not to plan my day ahead. Choose not to prepare for the opportunity to record content. This had to go. If you have this, your clients will always go to somebody else if you guys don't figure out how to get the content booming and in front of your new client's face more than another barber does. Choosing not to do my laundry, waiting until the very last minute possible to do it. Being a perfectionist instead of someone who just gets the job done. Done is better than perfect. So boom, self-awareness. What are your strengths? List 5 of them. I always give my 100%, my all. I'm always outstanding at listening, questioning, asking, and understanding people. My ability to understand, to listen to my heart and let my intuition guide me and my big life decisions. My perseverance, my open-mindedness, and teachability. Now, what are your weaknesses? List 5 of them. Notice I'm not skimping out here. Put all 5, like really pin yourself down. Pin your current character down. Don't let them get out of this right now. If you think this is not important, then it's literally the most important for you. The person who thinks that all this stuff is nothing important, no big deal, they don't need to do this, get back to the shop, been in that cutting hair all day cycle. You're the person who needs to sit down and get some self-awareness. So boom, weaknesses, I was too patient. I had a long-term mindset, complacent. Once I got a certain level, once I got to 60, complacent, whatever. Lack of burning desire, ever since becoming a rich barber. Truthfully, I just didn't know my purpose. That my purpose was to be my 10.0 self. I didn't even believe that was possible. That's everyone's purpose. And that's where you get your burning desire. I was a perfectionist and ended up not executing. So what negative things pop into your mind on a daily basis? Lift all of them. Self-limits, feeling unworthy. It's really all from that childhood. Hindsight being 2020, that kid in that basement in Ohio, growing up without his father and looking at that crazy chaos and being ashamed, growing up in shame that I was in poverty, or I thought I had less, or I lacked in financial aspects, caused all of this. My physical body feeling underweight, had to get that. You guys realize that whatever trauma you currently are facing, whether it's with your finances, relationships, your physical body, anything, your purpose is to solve that trauma and then give that version of you to the world. So I had to get ripped and solve this skinny kid issue so that I could give that version of me to the world. I had to conquer my self-limiting doubts and feeling of unworthiness by radical self-transparency, self-awareness, self-honesty, a ton of journaling, a ton of going within and canceling out the noise of life to figure out who I was, to build that feeling of deserving the life I always truly wanted. You must conquer each one of your traumas and then give that to the world. That is your purpose. Doesn't matter what you went through in your childhood. Each one of those are a gift that we're supposed to be grateful for so that you can now know what your purpose is. Once you know your trauma, now you know your purpose. It's actually a blessing. What was your childhood like? Describe everything in detail. You guys can read this if you'd like. Took these newfound skills and traits and moved to Los Angeles and built that up. What was the past events that you worried about or replayed in your mind? Well, let's see what I said. Time where I was charging extra on a holiday and the client said no. Ooh. Times where I was stuttering, repeating myself, and not articulating the way I would want to when it's my time to speak and share. What things do you worry about in the future? Being put on the spot, not having something perfect to say. My ability to articulate, my ability to be put on the spot, and an impeccable haircut result. Oh, I was really insecure about my haircuts. I remember this one. Being put on the spot, not giving a perfect advice. Wow, I just was really feeling like I wouldn't be accepted. Worried about not getting to $100 a haircut quick enough, not getting to 200 minimum. Worried that when the time comes to learn new skills to require to hit my goals, boom. What things block you from doing what you want to do each day and working towards dreams and goals? Couldn't figure out my laptop. Death by 1,000 cuts. Daily distractions that add up, like your phone ringing, like getting a text, a notification, like someone knocking on your door, like looking out the window and seeing a car and someone beeping, and then you think about going out to eat, or you know what, I'm kind of thirsty, let me go to the kitchen, or like whatever. Death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, I can't find my charger, I can't find this. Lack of organization, choosing not to record content, procrastinating with busy work. So write down all of these. Pin your current character down. Who are you currently angry at? That's a good one. Who do you currently judge, and what do you judge them for? That's another good one. What things do you love doing and could happily do every day? Boom. Eat amazing healthy food, listening to my mentors or watching their interviews, connecting with or talking, masterminding with others, going to conferences and seminars, creating. Boom. This tells a lot about your current character. What things do you hate doing and never want to do? Boom. Things that are irrelevant to my dreams, being around complacent people. But even so, this right here is important. Sales funnels, email marketing, or promotion. I realize now the importance of this one would be like content recording. One of the students in the program, Estrada, said, it feels like another job to have to record content when I'm already cutting hair. So guess what? Your new character is going to love content recording, whereas your current character hates content and recording. These are binary poles that we must switch. And when you guys make this internal dialogue switch in your mind, where you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to pretend like I love it. I'm going to transcend myself and look from a third person view at this guy just making this content video in the barbershop. And I'm going to act like I'm a controller on Sims or what's the other video game that I can't think of right now, but my life looks like it out the window. It'll come to me. What's the video game where you drive around, you have a character? Pretend like you're controlling him. What does the average day look like for you? Wake up and go straight to the bathroom, shower, hop in the gym, grab a smoothie. All right, cool. So what I do now is not like what I did then. New character. What are your current character traits? Driven, positive, optimistic, passive, a learner, risk averse, open-minded. Had to become aggressive and on offense. Passive is another word for being on defense in life. How do you imagine others gossip and talk about you in a cafe? So many people's dialogue in their brains is so insecure. It's so filled with, what are they going to think about me? Napoleon Hill calls it the fear of criticism. So if you imagine in a barbershop that they're talking about you, would you think they're saying Joel's up there killing it? Do you see what he posted on the gram? His cuts are fire. He's a night and day difference from who he used to be in Ohio. He has that following on Instagram. He's in a perfect location. He wasn't playing. He really made it happen. He's a beast, and his story is inspiring. I'm proud of bro and what he's doing. It's amazing. Or is it number two, where you're full of inner self-doubt and criticism? Joel's cuts need some improving. It's not like he's fully there with the craft yet. He's still got not applying it. He's not 10 steps ahead of the competition. I mean, he's an apprentice, so that's expected, but give him some time adapting from that Ohio mindset. He's got potential. He just needs to embrace his higher self. Nah, fuck that. You want your inner dialogue to be you want to be your biggest fan. You want to have the biggest ego and the biggest work ethic to back it up. It is okay. Anybody who tells you, oh, stick to your roots, be humble, remember where you came from, shut the up. Do not ever listen to someone who tells you to be humble or remember where you came from or to stay in your bubble or stick to your roots. And then here's another one. Joel tries too hard. He has a labor mindset, working more, blah, blah, blah. He never takes time to be social. He's always at the shop. So this is important to think about where you currently, what you currently think that other people are thinking about you.